Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Today it's going to be a match between Steel Series and Mazer here on Tal Cross. It's a GOSU Gamers replay as part of a pack sent to me by Lazarus. I'm not entirely sure why this one is GOSU, but the pack has not let me down yet. And let's get right on into it. Left side of Tal Cross, we have the green Zerg player. It is Steel Series. Come on, brain. Why did you want me to say red? I will explore this mystery and solve it. And then in the bottom right-hand corner, we have the orange Protoss player, Mazer. Now, GOSU games are games that are played at a high level. Maybe not at the elite level, but at a high level. That feature maybe a strategy that is GOSU. Maybe it comes down to one pylon at the end. And maybe there's mind control involved here. So we'll have to wait and see. I like Tal Cross because it has all these little tire marks here. But, like, driving your tank through here, why would there just be marks here, not here or here? I know the answer is because it's just a doodad, but I always think that every time I see one of those. And this looks like a futuristic gas station. A Vespene geyser. Well, Vespene station, if you will. Would it be interesting if you could get this for, like, 10 gas? StarCraft 2 campaign basically did that, right? If you've played the StarCraft 2 campaign, they just scatter little minerals all over the place and little canisters of gas all over the place, and I don't know, it's kind of a fun mechanic, but in 1v1 I'm not really sure how that would work. So Forge Fast Expand here for Mazer, nothing too weird. It's definitely a pool first here from Zerg. I apologize, didn't tell exactly what that was, but looks like an overpool would be my guess. Yeah, I mean, definitely there's a pool, or there's an overlord here before the pool started. So regular old overpool here, nothing too nuts, not going for super fast aggression. Overlord comes in and says, yeah, maybe I should have been a little more aggressive. But, nah, this is going to be walled off just fine. Definitely going for a cannon before the Nexus, recognizing the pool first is an option here, and did see the timing on the hatch before throwing down that cannon. So the scouting is really nice out of Mazer here. I like it quite a bit. Now, as you might have noticed, this is a very long game. This is also initially going to be a Patreon game at patreon.com/FalconPaladin, which just means anybody who supports me over there for at least, excuse me, $1 a month is able to access this a month before anybody else. So you can talk about it with your friends and feel special. You're watching this on probably like, what, January 30th or so would be my guess, and everybody else way into February. Way into February, like maybe even into March. That's how crazy this is. Anyway, Steel Series has some thoughts. I think, did he try to get a drone scout in there? I feel like he tried to get a drone scout in there. Maybe he was going to go for a proxy hatch. That would have been hilarious. But the cannon killed it, so that's not going to happen at all. Now, okay, so Steel Series just goes for the third hatchery. No problem here at 3 minutes. I mean, that's totally viable against a Protoss who's gone for a Forge Fast Expand play. You want to keep up with them economically, and there's really not much they can do to you if they have a cannon here, because cannons can't move. That's another thing, though. In StarCraft 2, they actually kind of messed around with the idea of being able to move cannons within the range of the pylon that they're being powered by. So, wow, I mean, that just made the beta. I mean, that was maybe even an alpha concept. That did not make it very far into the StarCraft 2 concept, but that just goes to show how much they were messing with the general concept of StarCraft when they were making StarCraft 2. And I know everybody watching this, you probably don't like StarCraft 2. There's not much overlap. Unfortunately, in the people who watch my Brood War stuff and my StarCraft 2 stuff, you know what? I love it both. I love all my children's. I love StarCraft no matter what form it happens to take. It's kind of like how I love ball sports and I love esports. I love watching esports. I love watching football, baseball, basketball, soccer. I like hockey from time to time, which is a puck sport specifically. And I just don't understand the people that hate one and love the other. Like, sport is sport. Competition is competition, yo. Anyway, we're getting distracted. We are off on some tangents here today for sure. That's a fourth hatch, a macro hatch from the Zerg player. What are we doing back home? And we just... not even a cyber core yet. What is up, Mazer? He's got a pylon over here, which is real sneaky. I'm feeling like DTs, right? I'm feeling like maybe make a gateway here, toss down a Templar Archives after a Citadel. I mean, it's not very fast. Or a Stargate could be good too. Sneaky Stargate, right? Your opponent doesn't know, but he doesn't have a cyber core yet either. He's waiting on the cyber core. It's on the way, but geez. This just seems like a pretty late opening out of the Protoss, which is fine. I mean, it's not like it's going to lose in the game or anything. The Zerg player is being incredibly greedy, too. So both players Really working that worker count, 23 to 20 right now for the Protoss player, because having 2 bases up is real nice. And Zerg drones turn into buildings and die, which is a problem. Gateway, gateway, gateway. Oh, all right. What is this? I don't know what this is. I mean, bottom line, the Overlord is going to scout and see what's coming out of the front door, right? So it's going to say, all right, Zealot here, but if a big army comes out the front door, he sees it. He doesn't see this. So if this is just regular old Zealots, I don't even see, is that a Citadel? Where's my Citadel? Not even speed lots, just regular old Zealots going for an attack. This is interesting. Kind of liking it. I feel like the third base is in a lot of trouble here for Steel Series. He just does not have the information that he needs. I guess an Overlord did kind of scout in and try to see what's what. But if he is able to scout everything the Protoss is doing, you would notice a lack of higher tech and a lack of gateways. One of those two things needs to be happening in the base right now, or something shenanigan is going on. Something shenanigan doesn't even make sense. Something shenanigan-y is happening. Yeah, that's better, Falcon. Let's go with that. There is a Citadel of Adun on the way, so these are going to be speed lots eventually, but that's a fairly long upgrade. I'm not sure if he's going to wait for it. Does he have metabolic boost yet? No, look how slow these lings are. Alright, well, skipping speed, which is really strange to me, but he's going right for Hydralisks. He has no use for Zerglings at all. He's tossing up a Sunken, but the third base has no defense whatsoever. So we're going to just do 4 Zealots and a Probe for reasons unknown. He's trying to toss up defense up here at the third base. Preparing for these guys, though. Not these guys who showed up ahead of schedule. And now suddenly the Zerg player is in all of the hurt. He doesn't even have Sunkens on the way here. It's just creep colonies. So he abandons the third entirely. He might... you're not going to engage against this many Zealots. Every one of these Zealots is 4 lings. Every one of the Zealots is 4 Zerglings, and they hit hard too. And they have armor. So, I mean, it's a problem. It's a problem if you're trying to fight them with just lings and drones. So, third base sacked. What a great opening here from Mazer. Liking that quite a bit. I'm not sure if that qualifies this game for GOSU style, but it's fine. The Templar Archives coming in. Proxy, says Steel Series. Of course it is. Man, 2 Sunkens and some Zerglings in the mix. I don't know about this. This is working, but some Hydras are joining the party. Enough Hydras coming out, along with the Sunken continuing to hit. The Zealots are not really focusing it right now. Now they are. Now it's going to die. Recognizing the threat that it is. Trying to use some Hydras to just kite as well as they can. They don't have speed yet, which means kiting is really hard to do. Drones fighting, Hydras fighting. It is abject chaos right now in the natural base of Steel Series. And yeah, a bunch of these Zealots are already fairly injured, but they are taking Zerg units with them. 5 kills on that one. And then the final Zealot does end up going down. So third base is done for Steel Series, which is bad. Zealots continuing to be produced and continuing to walk over here, and speed's coming in. So this is a very interesting kind of a 2-base all-in out of Mazer. He's not really going for any other tech here. He definitely does have the Templar Archives. And he's making some DTs. Okay, I was like, what are you spending your gas on? Because you have 2 gases. And it's going to be DTs. Zealots, again, trying to get in here. Some DTs in the mix. But if you don't have Corsairs to get rid of the Overlords, there's going to be detection. I don't see this problem. Steel Series has some anger management issues today. What a lame, he calls him. Maybe this is an English as a second language thing. I don't think what a lame really makes any sense in the English language, but it's cool. It's slang. Who knows what anything is anymore. Lurker aspect on the way from the Zerg player. I mean, this front door pretty not super well defended for the Protoss, but the best defense is a good offense, right? If you're keeping your opponent on their back foot where they're terrified to move out or they'll die, you don't have to invest that much in defense back home. So I'm liking it. Following up. It's a pylon. I thought that was more cool tech. Nope. So DTs come in. There's an Overlord right in the neighborhood, though. I just don't see this working out. Keeping the Zerg player on 2 bases while you're on 2 bases yourself as a Protoss is enough. It is good enough, in my opinion. It's 40 to 28 workers right now. The Protoss is doing just fine, thanks for asking. I mean, the Overlord did scout these gateways, but there's not enough Zerg to go kill it quite yet. Maybe once Lurker Aspect is done, he'll be able to get over here and cause some problems, especially because detection is pretty far away right now from the Protoss. Like, he doesn't have a robotics facility at all. There you go. He's starting one. He recognizes the threat of Lurkers. He knows they're a problem, so having a robotics facility into evolution chamber, or into observatory is going to work out for him in the long run. This is an evolution chamber coming up inside the Zerg base, by the way. So we are 10 minutes into this very long game. I don't know where we're going here, to be honest with you, but hit that like button if you're enjoying it so far. It's a good opening at the very least. I don't know what the Zerg player is trying to do. Again, DTs without Corsairs to kill the Overlords is just not super viable. Not that I've seen in my watching of StarCraft over the years. I mean, sure, if the army moves out and the Overlords don't have speed and the Overlords aren't there, sure, everybody dies. But Overlord here... It's just the DTs are not very good. They're incredible if they're undetected, but as soon as they're visible to the enemy, they die real fast. They're not nearly as tanky as Zealots are. They're not nearly as ranged as Dragoons are. And sure, they hit hard, but they hit slow, and there's all sorts of trade-offs here. He's worried about a lurker draw. That's what this cannon is. That's what this cannon is. Observatory on the way. And finally, sort of able to... Nope, no third for you, Steel Series. Not happening. All right, well, the Lings and Lurkers decide to shut down these gateways, 10 minutes into the game, which, could be worse. Could be never shut down, But don't you know. But yeah, gateways down. Zealots here. They don't have any... Oh, they have +1. Very nice. I thought they... working on the +2. Working on some Dragoons. Dragoons are in response to the Lurkers. They know Lurkers are out now for sure. And Dragoons are a great answer to Lurkers, at least until Hive Tech, and at least until Dark Swarm comes in, which... Steel Series does not seem super interested in going for. Now, this is something Mazer should have done, I want to say, 3 or 4 minutes ago, is take this third, because the Zerg player was cowering inside his natural base for quite some time until he had Lurker Tech. So this third base definitely could have come up. You don't need all of these Zealots, I don't think, to strike fear into the heart of the Zerg player. But that's the trick, right, is finding the balance. Finding the balance between... Oh, is he going drops? This feels like a drop play. Between making enough units to keep your opponent off kilter and expanding enough to where you're not just dead on economy. So the Overlords do have speed. I did not see drop. I guess he's just checking these expansions and trying to make sure there's nothing else coming up he doesn't know about. Fair enough. Is that a Queen's Nest? Tell me that's a Queen's Nest. Why are you not going for Hive? You're 12 minutes into the game. You have the resources. I guess he really wants his third base established. He's also expanding to a fourth at the 12 o'clock position, too. Why is Tau cross the map where so many GOSU games are played? That's what I'd like to know. I want to say I've cast at least 3 games on Tau Cross that turned into epic GOSU-style games. GOSU specifically, like from the patch. I don't know what it is. It's a 3-player map, which is odd. I think that leads to generally odd outcomes. But then it's not like there's any special tricks you do on this map you can't do on other ones, which... That would make sense, right? There's a special trick you can use to maybe hop over this wall if you do it the right way and get inside your opponent's base. But that's not what this is. It's just they turn into weird, crazy games. So... Oh, is killing his own Forge to get out? Sure. I mean, Forges are cheap. You want the cannons to live. It's fair enough, it is. So Mazer's got High Templar out. He's working on Canarid Amulet. Coming on up. We got Lurkers and Lings here against this army, and it's just not... With some Storm, yes, that will be very nice for you, Mazer. But without Storm, it's what I like to refer to as instant and complete death. I mean, if you have enough Dragoons, you don't have to worry about these Lurkers at all, but he did not have enough Dragoons. He had, like, 3. So, yeah, the Zealots are going to get chopped to pieces, especially with Ling support there. And there's a Queen's Nest. Okay, so Zerg player finally... For the love of Zerg, is going for a Queen's Nest and going for a Spire. This might just be a game that features Guardian play, which is kind of enough to give it a GOSU gamer label. Sort of. I'm actually not sure if that actually reaches the bar for the GOSU games that I've cast already. I mean, those games. Man, if you didn't watch Cool versus Rudy, I'm going to tell you to watch it. It's incredible. And it deserves the GOSU label as much as anything else. And I mean, it's only got about 5,000 views, which I'm disappointed about, right? Don't you guys, do you trust the GOSU label yet, y'all? You should trust it. You should know. No, it's not Flash. No, it's not Jaedong or Bisu, for that matter. But it is an incredible game of StarCraft. And just goes to show that incredible games of StarCraft can come from anybody. It doesn't have to be the pros. It doesn't have to be the 3 names that you know and love so much. Anyway, 4th base coming up for Mazer along the right side. Overlord scouts that. And DT trying to see any other hatcheries I need to worry about here. It's a very weird map, sort of. But nothing to worry about there either. So, everyone just kind of chilling. for the time being, chilling like the villains. Corsairs are in production now, going for a hive at 15 minutes. And the Protoss players up 63 to 50 total workers and pumping Corsairs. Is this like a 15-minute Corsair DT play? These Lings are not doing anything. Ready for this? Nothing. Oh, I lied. They got a High Templar. Never mind, Lings. I apologize for maligning you. You got a High Templar. Hats off. Hats off, my brothers. Just kind of letting the game speak for itself here, letting it breathe. Kind of like it's a wine or something. Confession, I don't know anything about wine. What I know from wine, I know from TV shows and movies. But I mean, the Zerg player is getting out macroed, is the problem, right? He's down at economy. He's even on base count, which is bad. Is he going for something awesome? Adrenal Glands is awesome. Scourge is nice against these Corsairs, which he knows exist. Storm drop? This feels like a storm drop. Storm drop! He sees it. He sees it. Ah! Okay. I mean, he pulls, but 4 kills on that High Templar really tells you how well that went. That was pretty good. That was a pretty darn good storm drop. Scourge. Oh, that shuttle is out. I mean, might as well unload at this point. You're going to die. Ooh, the jukes, though. The jukes are real. Oh, crap! He tries to storm the Scourge, ends up storming himself to death. That was brutal. Ow, ow, ow. I don't think I've ever seen that before. He unloads the High Templar to keep him alive. And then tries to storm the Scourge, and everybody Protoss dies instead. And the shuttle dies, too. That was probably the worst possible outcome for Mazer there. Steel Series has been pretty quiet for a while. He's just macroing his face off, working about a 200 APM. More macro hatches on the way here from the Zerg. These Lings have Adrenal Glands and +2 armor and +1 attack, but they really can't engage with these +2, +1 Zealots. Not in these numbers. That's like 1 Zealot for every Zergling, so nope. Just get out. Just get out of there. Let's call it a good day. I think he's DT hunting is my guess with his Overlord running around. Probably pretty good. Look at this drone. Sneak, 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 sneak. But there's a DT. Oh, never mind. There's an Overlord. There's nothing up there to stop you from expanding, Zergling, and you really need that base to keep ahead of... Oh, hang on. Of the Protoss. So that Observer's down. 1 Scourge enough. And the sound Observers make when they die is hilarious. I like it. They go into, like, chitter-chatter mode. So it's 164 to 198 supply. Mazer is up. Mazer is up big time. Big time. Don't just lose. All right. Mazer's just losing Observers now. That is mass DT, though. It is DTs. It is Reavers. It is a Corsair group that I don't think has accomplished anything yet and is hoping to remain hidden. Perhaps for a sneak attack later on. Ultralisk Cavern on the way for Steel Series. Which, pretty good in some situations against Protoss. If you have a lot and they don't have a lot of Reavers, you can be okay. Another base, though. So, I mean, part of this, why are you building a hatchery up there? I bet he wants the Nidus. I bet he wants to make a Nidus up here so he can just transfer drones into this base and then he'll expand there and he can evacuate if he needs to. It's cautious, but I like it. There's really no way to defend it otherwise. If Protoss just decides, just scouts up there, right? Or just on a whim goes, I'm going to go north, see what's up. He kills everything and that's it. So if you have, here comes the Corsair DT play. An evacuation plan at the top right is necessary. So surprise Corsairs are surprise. And supply blocking Steel Series quite heavily here. Bunch of Zerglings go down to these DTs. Hydro production is 1 Hydralisk. He is largely ground army here. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Wait, wait, wait. Get in there. You have it. You have this. The 19-minute Corsair DT play. I think you've got it. I guess more Overlords are coming in, though, and it's really hard to kill all the Overlords. Steel Series is sitting on about 1,500 minerals. But, I mean, if you get supply blocked enough, well, that's a problem. Zealots are up here to make sure the top right is not being taken by Steel Series, but they don't see the hatch. And a Nidus would be great, but I feel like the priorities are a little bit different here for Steel Series. He would have way more Hydras than this if he knew these Corsairs were ready to rock as they are. They got +1 attack. The Overlord kill count is probably about 20 at this stage. I don't know, man. That's one spore. Like, get in there and take down these Overlords. All those Lings died, or all those Zealots are completely dead to these 3-2 Adrenal Lings. Getting the upgrade for Reavers so they do extra damage is nice, too. And that is a Nidus Canal. Woo! Look at me calling stuff. Calling stuff. Falcon Paladin. Got merch too, in case we're wondering about that. Just go to falconpaladin.store. You can see the merch available for all 3 races, Protoss, Zerg, and Terran, as well as some more Falcon Paladin specific stuff. We've got pillows too. No body pillows. I've had that requested twice now. Can't get body pillows from our provider. It's an interesting request. Maybe some other time, but not right now. So these Zerglings are trying to... I mean, I don't know what they're trying to do other than the running to their deaths. Which they are, mind you. There's Storm here, there's Reavers, there's Cannons. Like, Zerglings are not jumping on this. Even with Dark Swarm support, the Storm Reaver combo is just too much. So the Corsair group is really MVPs of the match here. There are 10 of them. They have +1 attack. They each have at least 1 kill, it feels like. 1, 2, 3. They've been spreading the kills fairly well. It's 195 to 153 supply. Chitin is plating on the way from Steel Series, and he hasn't really lost that much. Like, his Overlords all died, and he had to replace them. Those are just minerals, and he's still sitting on a 2,000 bank. So, it's fine. Yeah, see, he hops out of the Nidus Canal. Lurkers. Chasing off the Zealots, but guess who's here? A million Corsairs to supply block you again, maybe. Or maybe Steel Series made enough Overlords that's just not a possibility. Dude, and then the DTs come in. This Corsair DT play after the 20-minute mark is incredibly inspiring. I can't believe this. He's actually forced to attack his own Zerglings in hopes the splash damage kills the DTs. And I think it's kind of working here. Overlords coming in. The DTs are running for their lives. There are enough Hydras and Overlords to finally chase the Corsairs away, especially if the Hydras have +3 attack, which they do. They are 3-3, which is awesome. Hey, look who's making mind control. All right, we might get some mind control here today from Mazer. He's like, we're 22 minutes into this game. You know what it's time for? Super late game shenanigans. Let's go mind control. Dark Archon ability. I love that it says that. It's like, I mean, sure. Maybe if you don't know. Maybe if you've never played StarCraft before or don't have any experience with it. So, Ultralisks. Against an army that has a lot of DTs and Reavers, I am not convinced Ultras are the way you want to go here. I almost kind of feel like Mass Mutalisk. Oh, there's all the Corsairs, though. Yeah, this is tricky. This is tricky stuff. Probably just Mass Hydra Lurker split out so the Reavers don't kill everything is your best bet here, but I just don't like Ultras in this situation. So he's going to Storm combo Reaver shot these Lurkers, which is really nice, actually. Ow, ow, ow. This is what I'm talking about. The Hydras in an enclosed space don't do very well here. Reaver's thinking about moving in. They have that extra damage, as we mentioned previously. And we're just basically both maxed out. Both players are maxed out. Both players have a decent bank. Obviously, Mazer's at 4,000, 2,000. Steel Series is at 200, 1,700. He's been spending his minerals, which is good. I mean, spending your cash is something you want to do on upgrades and whatnot. He apparently does not believe in Defilers, which I don't know you can win a late game against Protoss without Defilers. Have we seen it? We've seen it against Terran. Seen Larva do that style before, where he just throws units directly headlong into the Terran forces, drops them on top of the tanks, and it really works. Is he going to mind control these Ultras? That'd be awesome. That'd be so cool. He's like, oh, don't mind me. These are just Dark Archons. Nope, regular old red Archons here. You're going to put them in a shuttle. Don't worry about it. I would have thought maybe he would mind control the Ultra, because the Ultra is going to do pretty well against these enemy Lings, right? But suddenly in the natural base, this is working way, way better than it should for Steel Series. He's completely taken down this natural base. Mind you, it is effectively mined out. There's 300 gas remaining here. But Lurkers getting on top of the production facilities is pretty nice. The 3-3 Hydra count is enough to make these Corsairs not be involved in this at all. There's only a couple Overlords, though. Man, if there were DTs, I don't know about this. Another base on the way for Mazer at the same time. His main base, he might just be sacking it. Oh, hang on. Hang on. Shuttle 3-3 Hydras. Okay, goodbye. Goodbye. It was nice knowing you. But you're dead now. And that's all that really matters here, isn't it? The fact that you are dead. So DT's doing pretty well. The Overlords are late to the party, but now the DT's are dead. Late to the party is better than never arriving at the party. But yeah, I mean, DT's hit hard enough to where Ultras don't really trade super well versus them anyway. Especially if there's some Zealot support. So the main base for Mazer is gone. It is donezo. Oh, don't tell me that shuttle had the Dark Archons in it. I just realized that shuttle might have had the Dark Archons in it. And the Dark Archons are now dead. Oh, that hurts. That hurts my soul. Yeah, we saw them get loaded up here, and then suddenly they were up here, and then they were dead. I think that was them. I don't see any other shuttles running around, is the problem here. Holy smokes. Okay, well, the main base is gone for Mazer, which would be more of a concern, but he's still on 3 mining bases, which is fantastic. The Zerg player is also on 3 mining bases, so by base count, we're even. Breaking this is going to be hard. With Storm and Reaver sitting here and cannons, like, honestly, it would be fairly awesome as, like, Guardians over here where the Storm can't hit very well. But I don't think we're going to see those today. Guardians is usually not on the menu in most situations. Although recently on the channel, we have been seeing more Guardians than on average. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. The Ling Ultra Hydra coming into a base. There are 2 Reavers and a bunch of cannons, and Dark Swarm is for lesser wimps if you're Steel Series. I mean, okay, if you have enough army here, the Reavers can't really hold everything off on their own. And again, Dark Swarm doesn't help anyway, so Steel Series has some thoughts about this. So he wipes out one of the mining bases of Mazer. Mazer's down to... Actually, Mazer was on 4. Forgot to count this one, but it's gone now. So now it's 3-3. Protoss has an awesome bank. He's making more DTs. He's getting additional armor upgrades for his units, which would be a total of 3 armor upgrades for his units. Now this base might be one that's a little too tough to break. Yeah, there are 4 Reavers here. Wait, how many Reavers is this? 5 Reavers in that little stack? It's like, count the Reavers. I spy stuff. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wow, I guess it is. I suppose it is. Keep trying to come in. No, no, no. Everybody dies. No, no, no. No, no. The Storm is too good. The Hydras are too good. Wait, the Reavers are too good. The Hydras are not good enough. And it's 151 to 163. Zerg player is up. Hey, we have another Dark Archon. Okay. All right, all right. And a Greater Spire. Hey, check that action out. Okay, so maybe this is it. Maybe this is all we need, is the presence of Dark Archons and Guardians to make this thing a GOSU Gamers replay. I mean, we're even getting the Dark Argus Talisman, which upgrades the total energy capacity of a Dark Archon. Which is not an upgrade you see a lot of, to be honest with you. So here are the boys hanging out by these cannons, fairly well protected from ground armies at least. Right? Like, Lings and Ultras are going to take forever to get through this and get to them so they can run away as necessary, but just barely hanging on to this base, Mr. Mazer. The marvelous Mr. Mazer, or possibly Ms. Mazer, I don't know. Could be one of those things. Steel Series has some thoughts. Fastest, go, go. Are we playing Fastest right now? Is that what he's saying? We're playing Fastest map? A very popular game mode, by the way. We do that when I stream out here on YouTube every Saturday. You can join us. You can join us with a stream on Saturdays here at my channel, youtube.com/Falcon Paladin. And send me your replays, too, to falconpaladin@gmail.com with a subject of a Brood War. And I'll cast them for you. Promise. Promise I'll do it. Another ground army. Oh, there are some Mutalisks out, but the Corsairs will just chew them up and eat them for breakfast. It's breakfast time now, in case you were wondering. All right, man. I just don't... Again, I'm looking at this. And I'm telling you, it's a lot of dead Zerg. There are 3 Reavers down, though, which counts for something. And maybe a fourth Reaver down. Wait, not yet. Counting is hard. If that Hydra came in... Oh, gosh. Wait, do Lurkers not attack when they're being stormed? I just realized. So that Reaver does go down. This base is in trouble. Nothing's actually mining from it, which is interesting. Like, nothing is mining from it at all. We've got 1 probe down here. Finally, the final Reaver is out. High Templar's out, too. And now these cannons are no match for the fully upgraded Lings and Hydras here. So, Dark Archon in a shuttle. There are plans. Mazer has some plans here. I'm liking it. I'm liking his plans. We lost a base. He's down to 2 mining bases. Which, I don't know, I think it's kind of okay. Steel Series is only... I guess he's expanding over here now. So left side belongs to him. That is one of the only places unmined at the moment. Dark Archon, Mind Control Drone. Ah, no, the Sunken got it. Good attempt, though. Really, really solid attempt from Mazer. Get it. Get it this time. Corsair energy coming in. Does he have Disruption Web? Why else would he be getting an energy upgrade if he doesn't have Disruption Web? He must already have it. I didn't notice it in the production tab at all. Steel Series says, you know what I need is more Ultralisks, and he's expanding to the bottom left here. So, Mazer's stuck in a corner. He's got a humongous bank, especially compared to what Steel Series is rolling with right now. Steel Series is up 50 supply, but again, supply is not everything. If you have a ton of cannons, that doesn't count as supply, and will be fairly useful in the time to come. Maelstrom on the way. We have our Guardians now, 10 of them. On the sky. Honestly, if these Corsairs went over here a little bit, these Guardians all die. I think they recognize that. They're pulling back to safety. There's Disruption Web. Okay, so we've got Guardians, Disruption Web, Ultralisks, Dark Archons, Dark Templar, Maelstrom. Like, that is our day right now. That might be why this has the GOSU Gamers tag. It's been pretty great for seeing stuff you don't normally see. And at the same time, it's going to come down to a mined out map, I feel like. For how much longer we have in this game, and for how many bases are remaining, and how the mineral patches are disappearing, I'm pretty sure we mine this map out at some stage. He wants one of these. One of these drones, thanks. Mind control. He's trying to get it, but I think it's coming in and out. Got it, got it, got it, got it. Got it. We're absconding. We're absconding with your drone. I think Steel Series knows. He has to know that's what happened. I would say something, and Steel Series has been pretty gabby, so I'm surprised he hasn't said anything. Zergling's going to run in and die. Ready for this? I guess maybe to free up supply for another Hydralisk. Again, Hydra probably worth its weight more than Zerglings are in this situation anyway. So what's he going to do? He's got to make a hatch. Like, obviously, that's what you do with the drone, is you make a hatch. Does he have a space right here? Wow. Is there enough room there? Really? Okay. He's building a hatch in the far right corner. We're getting mind control and a drone. We've gotten mind control versus an SCV before, and that went pretty well for Morthada versus Dark Shadow. If you want more mind control games, let me know, and I'll put a link in the top right and in the description to that game, or just search Morthada, M-O-R-T-H-A-D-A, on my channel, and you will find that game. It is great. It is a great game. So long distance mining probes all die. It was a risk. It was a risk that Mazer was willing to take, and everybody but one dies. He can return home to tell his friends of what befell his other comrades in that journey. So 39 drones happily mining from what is effectively 4 bases here as our Zerg player. He's just lost a whole bunch. He's still 4,000, 2,000 though. He's banking here. He is seriously banking. I love the late 90s, like, drums there. It's definitely an 80s thing. I heard an interesting podcast about music from the 80s, and these drums, which I think are gone now, but the drums are very much an 80s sound. Somebody came up with the idea to make this kind of subdued thump. It just, if you hear it, it is 80s, it is 90s, it is a very specific sound. One person came up with it, and it just exploded in popularity. It's not traditional drums. It's like not traditional drum set. It's very much more of a muted style thing. Look who's making his own spawning pool. Some little orange spawning pool over here. So this is a big deal. SteelSeries going for it. And what it is winning this game, bringing Guardians in, bringing Ultras in, bringing Lurkers and Hydralisks. The problem is this ground army all dies. Nice disruption web getting tossed down too. Okay, this game, though, and then all the Guardians die. So, Guardians, not my favorite unit against anyone who's remotely competent. As all the Guardians are dead now, and, I mean, I guess we made something of a dent into these defenses, I guess. Where are your observers, though? I feel like you need more observers for these Lurkers if you're into that, as you very well should be. Ow, ow. And SteelSeries, I don't know. Is that the right move? I'm not convinced that was the right move. And he's upgrading to a lair. Okay, what does he make? What does he make against the Zerg that complements his army and helps him win? That's what I would like to know. Maybe a ton of Overlords for detection against these Lurkers might not be bad. There's a reason you don't see Lurkers in ZVZ. Dang, SteelSeries just used all of his gas on about 10 Ultras? About 10. I think it's 9. Yeah. It's 9, and a ton of Zerglings here, too. But, you notice there are 4 Reavers spread around this area. I don't know if you're breaking this, and why are you trying to break this anyway? What is this to you? I guess this is all the tech. Does he know about the creep? He's got to know about the creep. He sees the creep. Okay, so he's aware there's creep over here that's not his. He has to know what's going on. He's just sent a Lurker through here to die. I guess on a scouting mission, maybe. I don't know. Great use of Disruption Web. Again, it does apply against all static defense, and Lurkers count as that, strangely enough. Lurkers can't fire underneath the Disruption Web. And neither can tanks, too. So it's not like it's just Lurkers and cannons and other static defense methods. But Mazer is mined out there. He is mined out here. He has a bank, but it's not infinite, right? That's a problem here. The Zerg player has a ton more income from his 38 drones. He's still mining at this base in the top right. It feels like it's been there forever. This base up here is actually surprisingly robust, with about 1,500 minerals left there, which is going to be nice. I mean, we're going to need those to win this game, Mr. SteelSeries. I really don't like you coming in here again, though. Oh, he did. He mind-controlled an Ultralisk. And it died instantly, but still, pretty good stuff. Storm is the Protoss' best friend, and I can hear the comments now. Why aren't you using Dark Swarm, you dummy SteelSeries? Look, man, there's a ton of Storm, there's a ton of Reavers. I just don't see it being that useful. Plague, maybe. Plague, maybe against these cannons. Plague against the Reavers. Plague against the High Templar. Makes them squishier, extremely squishier. Some Plagues, I think, would be nice. But waiting for a Spire to finish his Mazer, he's probably like, man, Spires take forever to finish. You are not wrong about that. Spires take literally forever to finish. So the good news here for SteelSeries is he has Extractors, which are depleted but still return tiny bits of Vespene gas per trip. So that's why he's still mining from him, and that's allowing him to get a gas bank back up here. That extractor still has gas in it, and this one, nope, that one's out. So I think he has one. Long distance mining, again, very dangerous, but SteelSeries is not really paying attention. DT coming down this way. Where are your overlords? Mazer's like, this can't be an unprotected... Oh, there's one right here. Okay, so... and there's spores there, so he's not feeling great about that option either. And this Overlord, I'm not sure why it's hanging out over this way. Like, protecting this base seems to be a better priority. Overlord sees this. I'm not sure why units aren't coming down to kill these probes. Like, killing Protoss probes is a good move. Mazer's making 3 Mutalisks because he got his 1 base. Is he going for Guardians? He's getting a Hive. He is rushing Hive right now in this game. Rushing it in a way I don't think I've ever seen a Zerg player do before. Like, crazy rush. Super fast. That's all he's done. Meanwhile, these probes are in trouble against these fully upgraded Lings, but DT, I think that is visible. Like, if you're paying attention and looking for DTs, you can see them. But he really wants to get this probe. He gets the probe, and one Zergling makes it out with 2 kills against a 6-kill Protoss Dark Templar. So Mazer's just trying to get as many resources as he can. It's not like he needs them necessarily at this stage of the game. Yeah, I'm going to be honest, I don't know what we're looking at here. This has to be Guardian, doesn't it? Like, would Devourer even be good? No, not really. That's a lot of fully upgraded Hydralisks, though. There's a reason you don't see Guardians in ZVZ either. Nice Maelstrom on that that group, but you don't have any ground units to kill them. So they're out. I mean, that might be the first time I've seen units Maelstromed and then survive. Hallucination on the way. Mazer! Dude, this game, are we going to see every single unit and every single ability available in Zerg and Protoss here? Seriously, Hallucination on the way. Oh, is he going to make a bunch of Guardians, hallucinate them, and try to get SteelSeries to tap out? That would be incredible. That would be a GOSU style move. Ready for the storm, though? Brah, 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 brah. Surprisingly, 0 Zerg units died, although we're fairly bruised as a result. And then the Lings pin him against the wall. The cannons save his life. Cannons do save his life. And the Lings go right back onto town, trying to kill a Pylon down to 13 HP. And now gone thanks to the Hydra follow-up. Yep, that's a Greater Spire. Dude, this has to be Hallucinated Guardians, doesn't it? Who makes Hallucinated Guardians? I'll tell you who. Mazer. Mazer makes Hallucinated Guardians. Well, this is a match. This, again, it deserves the GOSU Gamers replay label. It just does. There's nothing disappointing in this pack. The only bad news is it's not an infinite pack. I'm going to run out of them eventually, which makes me very sad. Well, you know, 'tis the nature of the world. So Nexus down here, not really helping all that much anyway. So 12 Guardians. 12 Guardians in production. SteelSeries is making more Ultralisks. It feels like a massive problem here. SteelSeries, I don't know if he has the army to actually take down 12 Guardians. I mean, he's got at least 12 Hydras, if not more. But if he throws them away into this Storm Cannon situation, and the Guardians are allowed to live, dude, a Maelstrom on these Hydras when they're in range of the cannons would be sick. Out of Mazer. All right, enemy Guardians have arrived. And Mazer's like, wait, what? Guardian Corsair right now. That's how stupid this game is. That's how insane this game is Guardian Corsair is happening. The Guardians need to be careful. Really careful against Hydras. Oh, look at the Disruption Web, too. Disruption Web Corsair versus Guardians. Nuts. This is, without a doubt, a GOSU game. Here come the Zerg on the bottom side, trying to kill the Protoss while the Guardians are away. There you go. That's what I'm talking about. A storm Woo! Maelstrom situation here. This is just abject chaos right now. Does he have mind control available on that Ultralisk? I feel like it'd be good to mind control those 2 Ultras. I don't know. Is he having to bring the Guardians back to save the day? Maybe. Maybe he is. Oh, Disruption Web actually shutting down the DTs too. Oh, they got a Reaver. They got a Reaver. Guardians saving the day. And a lot of Zerg is dying, and it's 113 to 108 supply. So no one's super happy with this. I mean, one thing you can't tell by looking is, but when you mind control another unit and make a building, that counts as supply above and beyond your own. So you can get up to 400, 400. And not that Mazer's in a position to do that. He has 107 total supply. SteelSeries is making Devourers, which, I mean, are good. But against this many Corsairs with +3 attack, I don't see them doing very well. And my professional predicting opinion here on how certain units do against other units in other situations, I'm not even sure. Are there air upgrades for the Zerg? I don't think they are. I don't think he ever got. Oh, he's got +1 attack. All right, so it's better than nothing. It's officially and completely better than nothing. Mazer's Guardians don't have any upgrades. You could afford probably to get +1 here. Not bothering with it, though. And let the enemy orange Zerg Guardians commence their terrible, terrible work here. That mineral field has 300 minerals left on it, and that's a depleted Vespine Geyser. So, I mean, killing this base, SteelSeries is okay with it. I'm going to say he's not going to complain too much. You going to try to get another one? Why does he have a Dark Archon here? He's thinking about it, but Lings are jumping in here, and there are no more High Templar left down south. So suddenly, all of these Protoss structures are dead. I think all the Zerg structures are dead too. Dude, fully upgraded Lings are nothing to mess with, as we are beholding here. When they are let loose on buildings, and there's no Storm and no Reaver shots to stop them, they are death in a very tiny package. I mean, Guardians do pretty well against them, as you may be able to surmise. Don't go in here. Lings, don't go in here. Don't do it. There's Reavers and stuff. And there's a mind-controlled Ultralisk. He's got 1 kill. For ire. Like, the tiniest Maelstrom of all time on 1 High Templar. That's adorable. That's very cute. Alright, well, SteelSeries is mining out of a bunch of his bases here. Again, never really has had the bank that Mazer has. So here comes Guardian Corsair against... this is just nuts. Against Devourers. The Corsairs really should be engaging, but the Hydras are so scary. The Hydras supporting these guys are much better. Much better for SteelSeries. Just going Hydra Devourer at this stage, which is not a bad idea. Why are you throwing Lings away? You have 200 minerals. You can't afford to just toss minerals away like that on Zerglings. You need every spare bit of resources you can get. So backed into a very tiny corner right now is Mazer. He's long distance mining from that mineral field patch that had 300 minerals on it in the top right that I just mentioned a couple of minutes ago. Yeah, that's how desperate Mazer is, to make sure he gets all the resources he can in this game. So that base is mined out for SteelSeries. He's mining out of that other one. Zerglings running into their deaths. Dude, wait at least until the Hydras show up. No, Maelstrom on Zerglings, not something you see a lot of, actually. Dark Templar down. Mazer's army is getting slowly whittled down here. Mind-controlled Ultra gone. More Maelstrom happening. But does he have the DPS to actually kill these guys before the Maelstrom wears off? I don't know that he does. Usually, you want a Maelstrom Storm. Good golly, this game. Good golly, Miss Molly, this game. What is even happening right now? Mazer's horribly supply blocked all of a sudden, down to 33 available supply out of 92 that he's using. So he can't build anything with his giant bank, and nor does he have the production structures to build them anyway. So what you see is what you get right now from Mazer. He cannot replenish his army in any way at all. He lost his Zerg structures. All of his Protoss structures are gone. His income is abysmal. I want to say that SteelSeries can probably afford to build it. Oh, man, this mined out fast. This left side base mined out extremely fast. Dude, SteelSeries has to long distance mine with his 24 drones on the one remaining mineral patch. I guess they're... Maybe send some up this way. There's a good 600 minerals in that chunk there. Going for it, though. I don't even know what's happening. It's too chaotic. The Guardians are not really engaging for some reason. Why are you not engaging? It's like they're on hold position or something. This is weird. I mean, I guess part of it is they're running away from these Devourers. The Devourers are doing extremely well here, but cannons, not bad either. I mean, you guys have enough for, like, a mind control? No. We used all of it. Look at the disruption web chaos right here at this base. All the Hydras are dead. There's a lurker here, which that probe has to flee from, because it's just out of range of detection of this cannon. Dude, this one lurker. This is incredible. Is the Zerg player going to win this? I don't know who's going to win this, but this is absolutely getting an epic GOSU tag. Like, sometimes it's just GOSU, but sometimes it is epically GOSU. What are we even doing here? What is even happening? More disruption web getting tossed down on these Hydras. And I'm sure I can hear the comments now. Why don't Protoss players get disruption web more often? It's good. You're not wrong. It's been pretty good in this game. So I think at this point it's... So what are we looking at for Mazer? It's 6 Guardians, 3 Dark Archons, a High Templar with enough energy for 1 Storm, a Reaver with 21 kills, and 7 Corsairs. That's the army right now. He's trying to make a gateway. He's restarting his tech here at the 51-minute mark. The long distance mining is going well for SteelSeries. Okay, he did set up another couple drones to get this giant hunk of mineral field mined out. So you can expand, right? You can now toss down a hatchery in this location. You can barely do it. You barely have the resources available to you. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, don't just walk your Hydras into Guardians, though. Don't do that. So the trick here is that SteelSeries has income and Mazer does not. But Mazer has a giant bank, but also doesn't have production facilities, while SteelSeries does. Okay, don't just... Careful with the Corsairs. There you go. Very nice. Didn't lose anything there. It's a good move. It's a good move here from Mazer. He never got Overlord speed, so his one Overlord is slow, which is honestly kind of hilarious. Why are you not... What is... Oh, he's building Scourge. I mean, sure... Scourge are good against Guardians. Look, SteelSeries. SteelSeries has the additional BM in case you needed more of it. Did you need more of it? Not convinced you did. And making a cybernetics core. So Mazer's restarting, again, his tech tree here at the 53-minute mark. I mean, there's worse places to restart a tech tree. Yeah, I'm really surprised. Maybe it's not worth it to build a hatchery here. Maybe the 300 minerals, well, I guess it's not. I don't think there's enough there. And SteelSeries obviously agrees with me. Dark Archons, do they have enough energy? Yeah, 150, right? 150 to mind control. And it uses all the shields, too. I mean, it's a very expensive... he's using hallucination on a shuttle here to scout with it. Okay, all right. I still want to see hallucination used on these Guardians, though. I think that would be an incredible incredible way to win this game. Like, really, really nice. He is making actual shuttles, though. Wait. Is that... Do hallucinated units show up in the production tab as, like, building? That must be what it is. Accounts... Hallucinated units show up in the production tab. You learn something new every day. Oh, did that Scourge actually explode on that shuttle? Ah, he wasted Scourge on a hallucinated shuttle. No, SteelSeries, no. What else are you building? Templar Archives, back up to Templar Archives. Again, he kind of went there pretty fast. And I want to say in the last game, but that was the first game. The first of this game. I mean, place your bets now. Who's going to win this thing? It's not really much of an army from SteelSeries. Oh gosh, do not just lose a Dark Archon for nothing. Thank you so much for fleeing there. Is he trying to mind control another drone? That's a waste of time. You don't have... I guess you do have the resources. Could make another hatch if you wanted, but again, the upgrade advantage is favoring the Zerg player immensely on any Zerg units that Mazer produces. The upgrades, they've just had a way bigger head start for SteelSeries in this game. So coming down with his Reaver, coming down with his Corsairs. He doesn't have any more Dark Templar, which is a problem. DTs would be so good here with only the 2 Overlords hanging out. Oh my gosh, no. No, Mazer. Great split on the Hydras. Guardian down, storming the Hydralisks. Reaver shot. Big Reaver shot. Another Hydra goes down. And he can afford, he's got 2,000 minerals. He can afford to toss these scarabs out, eh? Oh, why are you? No. Get out of here, drones. Get out of here. Like, well, actually, hold on. Can we kill a Dark Archon? Can we kill a High Templar? Oh my gosh, these drones. Oh, he mind controlled a Hydralisk to save his High Templar. What a match. Now he's long distance mining. I guess there are some minerals down here at Mazer's old base. Specifically about 300 of them. Holy smokes. Do you have energy for a storm? Almost. Almost energy for a storm. Alright. This might be it for Mazer. Alright. Don't want to call it early, but he's going to lose his Hydra. He's going to lose this High Templar. Dude, he just has... He has a storm. Toss a storm down. Ugh! Did not toss a storm down. That's not incredibly frustrating at all for Protoss fans. SteelSeries with his 22 drones. He's using a couple of them to come up and die to Reavers. Yeah, remember how the Reaver exists? Whoa, I love the sound of Maelstrom. It's a good sound. Good sound. And escape. Escape. He escaped. Mazer's making Archons, which against Hydras in general, not great. But in the numbers we're seeing here, I'm not sure that 6 Hydralisks can really do all that much against 4 Archons with some Dark Archon support, and that's a full energy Dark Archon there. So Archons coming in to your Maelstromed butt and going blah, blah, blah. I think all the Hydralisks die. So SteelSeries here, still mining from Mazer's old main. I mean, God, the Archons are scary, huh? Again, Hydra's in good numbers, really fantastic against Archons. Stupidly good against Archons. But when there are 6 of them, it's not as good, it turns out. Oh, the drones, though. Oh, the drones, though. 1 down, 2 down. Yeah, it sure seems like they explode when they're carrying something, huh? Carrying minerals or gas, they explode when they die. Otherwise, they just bloody death is all it is. 2 probes remaining for Mazer. Not sure it really matters. There's not much income for him. Remember when I was like, hey, we're really good against Archons? Good against Archons. But, again, the Maelstrom is here. 1 Archon does go down. That's massive, but look at this. Look at this Maelstrom Archon play. There is a DT in the mix. He must have made a new one. He must have made a new one. Brah. Another one down. It's 62 to 21 supply. I think Mazer's won this game. I'm saying SteelSeries, his long distance mining is cool, but it's not enough to sustain him for what he needs to do to actually win this match. I mean, a Maelstrom on these drones is probably stupid. So he's going to pull back and wait for the drones to come back in, but I assume SteelSeries is too smart for that. He's not going to come here anymore. Much safer to come to the south, where there are upwards of 200 minerals remaining there, and perhaps even 3, depending on how good your math is. And I assume your math is pretty good if you're watching this. StarCraft fans have good math skills, is what I've noticed. Is he back on the gas? He's back on the gas. He's got 1,300 gas. I don't know what on earth he needs that for. Mazer's making another High Templar. He's got his Archons back home. He's got these Archons regenerating their shields. After taking some hits, one of their brothers did die, which is a problem. But these are 3/3/3 Archons. These are fully upgraded. That drone gets out of there by the grace of Kerrigan herself. Don't know what else to say about it. Oh, but the Maelstrom, another Maelstrom. Just kill these ones. Don't worry about that one. Okay, you got it. Fine. I take it back. Worry about it. It's 18 supply for Steel Series. Corsair down. Hydra. Micro. Incredible. Can he get it? Can he kill everything? The answer is no, he cannot. Not with speed upgrade, not with range, not with 3/3. I mean, if this is like 10 minutes, if this Hydralisk wins the game, I'm going to fall out of my chair and probably die of a heart attack. There's just no way. There's no way that Steel Series wins this game. Like, at the very least, he's going to get this Hydralisk mind-controlled. Or just Maelstromed. Sure, there's no energy. Oh, the trap. But the trap has been sprung. Oh, no, the trap. Oh, no, the trap. No, he snuck out. The Hydralisk snuck out of the trap and is doing bits and tiny bits of damage. Okay, 13 damage per shot, which is great. And they hit fast, too. DT, sneakage. If you don't watch out for the DT. Oh, the trap was sprung again. And the Hydra's down. All right, is that it? Steel Series, what you got, man? You have any more Hydralisks? He does. He's got the one. Brave, brave Sir Hydra. Sir Hydra ran away. Yeah, this is the bravest Hydralisk of all time. Look at that clipping. It's like of a Dark Templar and an Archon, or an extra, or a Dark Archon and a, oh jeez. From where did you find minerals? Says Steel Series. I've had 4K for a while. He just making better trades than you have, dude. Like, way better trades. You've been throwing away units like crazy at the Protoss, which you can win the game with. But you additionally have to have a better economy. At least for a little bit. That's why Zerg has the extra base, right? They need to be one extra base up on a Protoss to beat them. The longer the game goes on, the smaller that discrepancy is, though. You know what I mean? So here comes Mazer being forced to kill buildings by hand in order to win this game. He's going to work on Steel Series' 4th hatchery first. It's been here for quite some time and is now gone. Larvae do not stand up very well at all against Archons. Archon damage, I don't know what it is, but Archon damage versus Larva is nuts. Also, DT damage versus Larva is very good, too. I guess what it is Larvae have a lot of armor. 13 armor, but armor only applies on every hit. So if you do big swings, we talk about this a lot on the channel, right? Big swings means that armor doesn't matter as much. And little tiny swings that are fast, armor matters a ton. So Zerglings have a hard time killing Larva. Marines having a hard time killing Larva. But not tanks, and not Archons, and not DTs. So there's 2. Oh, he's got the shuttle now for zippy chase downs. Zippy chase downs, but you gotta be careful the Hydra doesn't turn around and snipe your shuttle out of the sky. Or, you know, you could just keep running too. That's fine. Is he actually... He's actually mining with his one of his 2 remaining probes this way. He's just doing a ton of gas income out of this assimilator. Dark Archons working on additional energy here. Scourge in production from Steel Series, but I don't know that it matters. I really don't know that it matters. Drone. This is a big drone setup right now from Steel Series. He loses a couple there. Oh, he catches him with a Maelstrom and is able to kill 3 more. Oh, that hurts. Another hatch down. Oh. Long distance mining drone down. Okay. All right. Good control here by Mazer. Bunch of Lings out for Steel Series. I don't think you're breaking this, man. There's a single High Templar left behind in case some Hydras decide to show up and cause some problems. The High Templar should be enough to save the day. Oh, they got that probe. So Mazer's down to 1 probe. But again, with how few resources are on this map, I don't know that it matters. Did he just hunt down another drone? He hunted down another drone here inside his old main base. He never knew this base. He was not born here, but he heard tale of where his people came from. And he was pleased. Steel Series is down 16 to 65 supply. It's not a great place to be. But technically, Hydras do outrange Archons. It's just, can you do enough damage to them to where their shields don't regenerate it after a second or two? You know what I mean? So at the very least, Steel Series' income is done. Long distance mining, is he doing it? Long distance mining from way up here all the way down to this one mineral patch is extremely risky and long and arduous a journey. But apparently we're going for it anyway, because our name is Steel Series. 44 minerals on that patch, and he went all the way down there because he's like, I can make some more Zerglings. That's what I can do. How many Ultras do you think died in this game? Like 50? I think it was like 50. The Archon's coming and saying no one can really stand against us. If there were, you know, 20 Hydras, it'd be more of a concern, but there are 2? Maybe some Scourge? Sure. There's too many Corsairs, and the Corsairs have +3 attack. So, I mean, the Scourge against this number is not going to do a whole lot. Yeah, the sound of a larva dying in the morning. Oh, he mind-controlled a Hydralisk. Steel Series is down to 1. He's got this wall of Sunkens here that he built a while ago, and it's going to come in handy. Probably more handy now than... See these Scourge? Yep, no. See? That's what I'm talking about. If you have that few Scourge, you can't kill this many Corsairs with those upgrades. You don't even have any armor upgrades for the Scourge. Maybe if you had armor upgrades, it'd be better. He brings the Hydra back to home base. Keep it safe there. Creep's going to recede, kill these larvae anyway. And Mazer being incredibly patient, but oh, what the heck? Oh, these 2 Guardians are still alive. I forgot he had these. They've just been defending the main base. Well, this is passing as the main base now for so long. I forgot they existed. They've got 7 and 10 kills each. They could easily take down Spores. I mean, Disruption weapon would be pretty good here. Don't lose a Guardian to this. They are dumb and they drift in towards their target, and I hate them for it. Scourge coming in, trying to get the Guardians. No! 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 Says Mazer. Come on, Steel Series. You didn't think that was going to work, did you? It's too much. It's too much anti-air. That's your good game. Rematch. No thanks. Says Mazer. This is an hour and 7 game, dude. Yeah, he's killing his own. I mean, we're done. Killing his own stuff because you're a sore loser. Woo! And you insult me. Mazer makes good points. He makes really good points. Remaining Hydralisk down. Guardian with 11 kills. Guardian with 10 kills. Alright, we're out. We're out, we're out, we're out. I guess we could watch Mazer take a victory lap here. And believe me, he will. He is taking a victory lap. Man, Creep recedes so slowly. Look at this. This hatchery died like 3 minutes ago. Yeah, there's no reason to bring the Archons here against Sunkens. It makes no sense at all, so he's not doing it. Just quit. Says the Protoss. With his own personal pet guardians. That's easy for you, says Ceres. Oh, is he being more poor sport? Dude, look, man. Make a Defiler. I want to be BM to end. If you think I'm BM, I'm going to BM to the end. All right. All right, Steel Series. And that's it. He's out. Rage quits. No GG for you. Actually, he called it GG. Never mind. GG. Asked for a re, and Mazer said no. Yeah, that game had it all. Dark Archons, Maelstrom, Argus Talisman, Dark Templar, Guardians, and Ultras. Guardians from both players. Mind Control, building a Zerg army with your Protoss army. I mean, Devourers were in the mix. This was... Did every unit got made except for a Defiler, I think, for Zerg. Right? Lurkers, Hydras, Lings, Mutalisks, Guardians, Devourers... Hydralisks, I said Lurkers already. Ultralisks, I think that's it. No Queens. Okay, so no Queens and no Defilers, no Spellcasters at all, which I think might have contributed to the fact that he died, is by making exactly zero Spellcasters. It's a problem. Oh, what a match. What a match. And yeah, just Mazer, I know I say this a lot. It comes down to more cost-efficient trades. More cost-efficient trades all the time. Right? SteelSeries had a ton more money. He probably mined more in this game. If we look at it, we're going to go look at it right now. But it was just trade after trade after trade. Spellcaster versus non-Spellcaster army. 427,000 points for the Protoss, 385 for SteelSeries. Look at this. Holy crap. It is 1,100 units produced by SteelSeries and 278 produced by the Protoss. And then killed is exactly the same ratio in reverse. That's insane. Remember when I was like, good trades? Those were good trades the whole game. And then resources here. SteelSeries, more gas mined, more minerals mined, more spent by about 20,000. Well, 12,000. But still, outspent. But when this happens, you're gonna lose. So SteelSeries, learn how to use Spellcasters. Right? Even Queens, just spawn Broodlings on the High Templar would have been awesome. Would have been a lot of fun. Even just Plague, even if you don't think the Dark Swarm's going to do very well against the Storm and against the Reavers, I hear ya. But at least maybe some Plague would have been good. So yeah, Mazer got to make his own Zerg army, and he won the game. It's a pretty good day for him, and a pretty darn GOSU replay, if I do say so myself. It's an hour and 9-minute game. I don't know where I am anymore. I'm a little lost. All right, well, that's going to be it from me. So this has been Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered and a GOSU replay for sure. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.